So 3 days ago, I got an email from Twitch basically saying that I was violating, or I was in a material breach of some section of my contract. The section of that contract, I think, had to do with copyright or something. I don't know why they sent that part. They never really told me what the material breach was or anything like that. They said they're going to be removing some of my VODs that they've determined to be in violation of policies or whatever. I emailed them back and I said, hey, is there supposed to be an attachment to this so I could see what the violation was? And then they emailed me back and they said, they keep saying the content reference below, but they don't actually link anything. I don't know who runs their email, but then they said, we're terminating your agreement, removing your partnership on October 9th, which also means affiliate shit too, but I'm still not entirely sure what it was for. I mean, we can all probably guess it was probably over the part when I said I wanted to murder innocent black people in the street or something. I don't remember what it was, but I've read so many different variations of it, but yeah, basically I have no idea what is going on at the I don't know what's going on Twitch's end at the moment. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get banned or not. I feel like there could be moderation action moving parallel to this, and I just haven't heard it yet. I'll probably know more in like 2 weeks, I figure. If I'm not banned in I'd say 2 weeks, I'm probably not going to get banned. But it could happen in the next few days. I have no idea. So I'm not making any strict plans until I know 100% what is going to happen related to that. There's one person that said they can help me at the moment. I have no faith in that. So I'm roughly operating under the idea that I'm just not going to have any kind of contract with Twitch. I assume you lost your partner manager. My partner manager doesn't really do anything for me, so it's not. It's not really anything to be done there. Assuming that I'm not banned on Twitch. I'm definitely going to be, I think the goal right now is probably going to be to duo stream between Twitch and YouTube. Since, I pull a lot of viewers on YouTube and it's good for my channel growth. There's a whole lot on YouTube. What about Facebook? Fuck that platform. Maybe I'll look into it, but right now, Twitch and YouTube, I think 2 at a time is good enough. Let's see. I wrote a couple things down. Still not 100% sure. Oh, not sure if moderation is going to take action. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to reiterate this for the 37th time. And I've failed miserably because I get baited and dragged back in so many times. What's happening between you and V-Man? Are you and him doing fine? No, I didn't. Did I block him? I banned him from my chat. I don't ever want to talk to him again. I can't imagine how much of I'm going to be a little bit more forceful here, I guess, since I usually let people walk all over me. I can't imagine how much a spineless, disingenuous cuck you have to be to have a roommate and a girlfriend that are walking around talking about spam reporting me when I've given you an audience, I've given you a platform, you literally ripped my whole website code off to start your shit, and your entire community witch hunts the fuck out of me, and you just stand by oh well, I told them to stop. I don't care. I feel when it comes to dealing with other people, I feel I'm pretty proactive in trying to do things for people. Having somebody make the most ballless, spineless post I've ever seen in my life. Well, I gave him a firm talking to. I don't care. Fuck that low life cut piece of shit. I don't care about him anymore. One thing that I realized, I always learn lessons, but I always learn them too late. Or maybe not too late. Maybe I'll have my Sansa moment where I'll kill Littlefinger in a video game. And have you watched his recent video about you? I haven't. I don't want to. His video is going to have 3 things. One is going to be, well, I didn't say anything. It was the other people that did it. 2 is going to be, it wasn't directly, or 2 is, I can't control everything my community says. I have no control over them, blah, 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 blah. And then there's a third thing as well, I'm sure. But like, I wrote the 3 in chat. I don't know what it's actually about. I'm not going to even waste my time watching it. It's fucking... you really should watch the video. No, I don't. I can't imagine. Like, I think over this particular issue, I know that at least 7 times in the video, he's probably going to do the thing where he looks at the camera and he talks in like his impassioned fucking wannabe socialism preacher voice because he thinks he's going to be the next internet MLK or something. I don't need to. You missed me with that one, Chief. All right. Speaking of missed me with that, I watched Bad Boys 2 on the plane. Not that good of a movie. Didn't like it that much. Didn't like it that much. Are you feeling vengeful? Because I would be. Hope it works out. Oh, no, my official statement is I fully endorse. If you hear any streamers giving violent takes, like advocating for the killing of cops or anything like that, you should spam report the fuck out of that shit. Maybe if more people get departnered or banned over it, maybe Twitch will change their stance on it, but I fully 100% endorse that now. 1,000,000%. So if you want to be the DGG boogeyman, you want to make clip compilations, and you want to send them off to Twitch, like legal or sponsors or whatever, I endorse that behavior. Knock yourselves out. I don't have time for that shit because I don't care that much. Where was I at? Well, that's a ban. Wait, who said that? If you hear violent content, you should report violent content. How is that a ban? I'm encouraging you to follow the rules. What do you mean? I want Twitch to be a family-friendly, TOS conforming platform. I heavily encourage all of you. If you feel like you're seeing somebody saying horrible shit, like to murder pigs or something, or I don't know who anyone would say that. If you do see it, you should report it. I'm just saying. If you see something, say something. Okay, a red-blooded American. Okay, I think it's really, really, really important to make sure that we all pay consequences for the horrible things you say. Not that it'll matter. It won't matter. Oh, I'm sorry, because I keep coming back to this. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do this yet. I think it's safer for me to have a more centrist or maybe even right-leaning community, because something that I've noticed is that Republicans and conservatives spend all of their time gaining power in the real world, like Congress or governors or the president, but online, that's where the lefties have staked their claim. I don't think conservatives can actually hurt me online. Because I don't know how many of you remember, but I actually gave a more spicy violence take than the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. I think a half year ago or a year ago. I don't know if you guys remember, but all of conservative Twitter was blowing up when I said violence could be like morally justifiable against conservatives over the DACA stuff. And so many conservatives tried to get me canceled, taken down, blah, 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 blah. I didn't hear anything about that. Like, I didn't hear from my partner manager. I didn't get banned. I didn't get any warnings. Like, I walked away scot-free on those statements, and it didn't matter at all. But that's because I was advocating for violence against conservatives, which means it was fine. I just don't think anybody cares. But didn't conservatives get the FBI at your house? I'll talk to the thing is that like when the big fuckery that conservatives have gone is gone like legal routes. I'll talk to the FBI as many times as I want. I don't do like legal shit. If the FBI wants to come and talk to me 30 times about bomb threats, I'll have the conversation. It's not like something I'm not worried about. I'd rather deal with the conservatives calling the FBI on me than lefties who are just... The problem is that, like, it's so funny because what lefties don't realize is that their power right now is actually, like, capitalistically driven. The reason why lefties have so much power online is because corporations will cuck out to anything that looks politically inexpedient. So lefties have like all of the corporate power right now on the internet when it comes to banning people and demonetizing people and shit, which is something that I can't really fight against. Like, I do really well at dealing with like stress from hate or people trying to hack my accounts or dox me or kill me or FBI me or dox my kid or whatever. Like, I can manage that. But when it comes to like corporate power, lefties can wield that so much more effectively because corporations will bow to political pressure. And then you have no recourse. There's nothing I can do about that, which is difficult for me. Yeah. Do you plan on only debating conservatives and alt/far right figures? I should. I should just be sticking with conservatives and alt righters, because the thing is that like I don't think I can get canceled or hurt by conservatives because they just don't have any power right now in terms of advertising and marketing. Like like all the conservatives in the world can attack me, and like no one cares about them. Like they don't have any like corporate advertiser influence basically, because that narrative isn't like the most monetizable one right now. Every time you said that, I just turned into another lefty arc. Yeah, I have to just stop talking to them. I'm trying to like ban them or block them. I've blocked a few people. I blocked fucking Lumi. Tried to send me some dumbass fucking message earlier. I blocked Vaush. I try to just block them on Twitter when I see them. I try to follow conservatives so that like I see dumb shit they say to kind of get me into that mindset again. The problem is just like so much of it is just so dumb. It's so boring. I don't know if I grew out of like internet politics, but it's like it's just so boring. Like watching like I can only respond to like 2 or 3 Tim Pool tweets, and then it's like okay. I don't even know if these people are real life people. What did Lumi do? Lumi, I don't know. They were like laughing in the background when Mike was like laughing at me getting departnered. I don't know. I got triggered. I don't give a fuck actually. I anonymously donated like it was like $1,500 or whatever like a year ago to Lumi's like fucking surgery fund or whatever because they said they were $1,000 short. So I tried to shore it up and then cover transaction fees. So just like to see them like laughing at me like on Mike's stream like just kind of like triggered me a little bit. It's like whatever, fuck it, dude, fuck you, I don't care. Did they know you donated? Yeah, they did. I think you're misinterpreting what Lumi did. Don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to play the game of like, well, they just blah, blah, blah. I feel like I go out of my way like pretty far to help people. So like somebody being passive in response to that is enough for me to say, fuck you. I'm not going to hear any. Yeah, I don't care. But I don't really want to focus on them right now. What are we talking about? YouTube content. I don't want to make solid plans until I know if I'm banned from Twitch yet, because I have no idea. Let's see. Desperately need to get away from lefties. Perhaps more aggressive moderation. Oh, so I'm pretty sure like in my Discord right now, I think if you dog whistle like any like Nazi shit or whatever, I think we just instantly ban you. I'm pretty sure that's the case in my Discord. I'm considering. The thing is that like I'm probably gonna lose a chunk of my audience getting departnered and then deprioritized on Twitch, so it's scary to like cut off even more. But I'm contemplating doing those same types of dog whistle bans for anything related to socialism or communism. Just blanket banning anybody that says like means of production, neoliberal, like just blanket banning anybody that like mentions these words to try to get these people like out of my fucking community. The brain rot. I can't believe in such a short amount of time, like how explosive, like the lefty shit got online. I wasn't ready for it to become like that fashionable that quickly. Do you think about revenge at all, or are you focused on getting over this? There's no like revenge. It doesn't work that way. No, it's just a matter of like figuring out where to go forward. LSF is fucking crazy. Yeah, when I see like 600 upvoted comments, like 600 upvote score comments on LSF with the insult chud in it, God, it's so fucking cringe. Oh my God. I have to get out of the lefty shit. The thing is just like reading all of it is so brain rotty. Why are they waiting 30 days to unpartner you? Because it came down through legal and not moderation. And part of the terms of the contract say that you have to provide written notice to the offending party for 30 days. Target conservatives on Twitter so you can debate them. Yeah, the problem is I don't think a lot of people like to do the. Does anybody do? Are there big people that still do the debate stuff? Because it seems like you can only debate like smaller no names. Because all the larger people realize like debates are bad. Because like, if I debate, I just look like a fucking moron. So I don't think like anybody does it anymore. Like it's all just pulling on like random shitters onto stream. Oh, Tim Pool did debate Cedar once. That's true. Focus on conservative video review. The problem is it's so boring. Did you expect backlash for the Rioters comment? Maybe a little bit. Vaush's community did a really good job signal boosting the fuck out of it to get me banned. So I mean, like, A+ to them. Like, the massive Twitter spam and everything, like, worked pretty well. I honestly didn't think it would be that controversial to say that, like, rioting is bad. But, like, people do... It's very interesting because, like, the horseshoe, right? People on the left play very fast and loose with the term protester and rioter, kind of like how people on the right play very fast and loose with the term immigrant and illegal immigrant and refugee. You notice that they kind of like, conservatives will swap all of these definitions around to like whatever is the most convenient for the argument, but they'll play very, very fast and loose with them. And lefties do the same with like protesters and rioters, where like if I say like, I think that like rioters like need to be like removed, people are like, oh, you hate the protesters. Like, no, I'm fine with protests. Like 99% have said that like BLM and the protest is massively positive, but I think I've put in more than a good faith effort in having conversations with like lefties than any normal human being could be expected to. But like when even the best you have to offer, like Vaush, is here saying things like, oh no, like a black person being chased down by a mob of white people, well, that guy should just submit himself to the will of the mob so he doesn't hurt an innocent person. Or like, oh, well, a woman can defend herself as long as she's already getting raped, but not before. Like, I don't care. I don't know. I tried, okay? I tried. I'm good on that. I don't think there's much more fruit to be explored in that part of the internet. Maybe more people will be ready to debate when an election gets closer. Yeah, maybe. Will you try multi-streaming now? Yeah, the plan is I'll probably multi-stream between YouTube and Twitch for a while. Or not for a while, but I'll do that, yeah. I'm curious to see what my YouTube viewership will settle out at. What happens to D&D? I'm going to try to bring Empires of Arcadia to a close as soon as possible. I think we're already a few episodes away from that. Tombs of Scoria is still profitable for me because of the Patreon, which I love you guys and thank you guys for. So, I mean, that's going to go for indefinitely. Oh, I still have my website, which helps a lot. I mean, I do make a lot of income off of that. I'm going to try to be a lot more prudent or aggressive in terms of like things that I appear on. I need to stop letting other people milk me for dumb shit. So I'm probably not going to go on any more like Austin shows or whatever. I don't mind doing this Scuff podcast. I need to bring Empires of Arcadia to an end. That's probably going to end pretty soon. D&D is still good. I'm going to try to stop going on so many... Oh, I'm going to do I still want to do the hosting of the hosting of like the political debate things, the one-on-one things. That's still something I really want to do. I think me like moderating... I think me moderating conversations is good content, and I have a good ability for it. And then since I'm moderating something, it's not going to be, I don't have a chance to get as heated, I guess. Have you considered taking a break? It's such a mean question, but honestly, there's no point in streaming for the next week because people are just going to keep bringing up shit. People will always bring up shit. It's always good to just keep streaming. People only remember your last 3 streams anyway. Once I've streamed for a week or two, most people have forgotten about it, except for random people. Are you worried about losing your partner manager? You want as much leverage when it comes to punishments? My partner manager is worthless anyway. I don't really care about that at all. If I get repartnered in a year, I'll try to actually find somebody that can do shit. But yeah. Thanks, Everett, for gifting 5 subs. That you're gonna not be able to do that in but. Are you stressed at all about all this testing, just trudging forward? A little stressed, but I mean, like, I can only go one direction. Again, it's a different type of stress. Problem is that I feel like I could fight back against like the alt-right stuff. Like if somebody's trying to dox me, I can buy a gun. If somebody is like if somebody's trying to like send the FBI at me, I can talk to the FBI. It's a legal process. If somebody's trying to hack my accounts, I can secure my shit. But the problem is that like lefties have, it sounds like I'm just saying spare around it, but lefties have so much capital on their side that I just can't really fight against that. Like lefties, like people are literally emailing my server host, OVH. I don't even know how people know that they are my server host. And like the problem is that like I think that if people I think that like it's so easy to like post a clip and say like this guy hates black people, and then a company will just be like, oh, this guy's toxic, like oh so my Discord partnership got revoked. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how or why, but my guess is somebody sent them the clip or whatever. But yeah. Why do you sound like you have to choose a side to focus on instead of just calling out shit when you see it? The problem is that it's exhausting to get attacked by everyone. And I think, even for me, I think it's too much. Like, I simultaneously am considered like a right-wing chud bootlicker, alt-right, fascist-adjacent streamer, and then people like Nick Fuentes and like Hammer are calling me like a socialist apologist, ultra left-wing, bisexual. Like, it's like, why would I fight everybody? Like, I'd rather just focus on one area and then let the other side go suck itself off. Like, it's too stupid. It's way too fucking stupid. Destiny, just now realizing nobody likes liberals online. Well, they did. It was like over the past 3 years, the socialist shit has gotten way more trendy. Yeah, that it changed like pretty quickly. Yeah, like people are unironically calling me racist over the Nina shit, which was like pretty. But I realized that I made the mistake because that guy emailed me, but I didn't catch myself when I called her a black piece of shit. What I should have said was, hold on a minute, I know that what I just said was bad. The reason why I called you a black piece of shit in an obviously inflammatory way is to show you that when you call me a white piece of shit, you're basically just using my race to like discount what I'm saying, and it's an ad hom that's not even addressing my argument. If I were to do the same to you, it feels bad. It's obviously wrong. Obviously what I said is bad. The whole point is to showcase that, but I needed to like, you have to verbalize all those parts, because most of these people are too dumb to like chain together, like they can't get from A to E. You have to be like A, B, C, D, E. Here, like you have to like hold their hand and walk them through it. Who is worse faith now? It looks like lefties are reaching alt-right levels now. Well, I mean, like, it's not so much like, I mean, every internet community is cancerous as fuck. Destiny, I understand your reasons, and of course it's your choice, but I welcome your voice on any form of extremism, regardless of whether it's left or right. Yeah, I know, but it's like, if it's too much, if all of my platforms like come under fire whenever I criticize people on the left, like, can we be done with Vaush forever? Clearly he's a spineless fuck. Yeah, we're done with Vaush forever. Don't worry about that one. Do you think your bad experiences with bad faith online leftists have made you somewhat biased against leftist ideas in general? Nope. And you'll know that because when I go back to arguing with conservatives, you'll see that I can explain any idea that these left-wing dipshits try to like fucking stumble their way through better than any of them can over any topic, over any part of what they believe 100%. I understand any idea that they're trying to get across a million times more coherently. And maybe when I argue with conservatives, you'll start to see that. Like, oh, wait, Destiny does understand this and that and that. But since I'm literally arguing with these, like, inhuman, like, subhuman tanky fucks constantly that, like, all pretend not to be, like, apparently it makes me like an ultra-capitalist or some shit. Oh yeah, I saw you and Dick followed each other. I don't know if Dick would ever. Apparently, Dick has spent like the later half of his life looking for somebody to replace Maddox on like that podcast, The Biggest Problem in the Universe or whatever. Me and Dick seem to get along pretty well in real life. I'm very interested in creating more content with more center-leaning people. So like the PKA crew and the Dick crew. Because even though a lot of parts of those audiences hate me, it's not as bad for me when they hate me, because usually they just like call me a bunch of like homophobic slurs. They don't actually go like this insanely fucking hard. So it would be interesting to like work more with those types of people. And especially because it's more fun to it's more fun to argue with those audiences anyway, I think. And I fundamentally understand them way better as well. I think I've brought like a fair number, just it's really hard to tell, but just ballparking from the number of emails I've gotten, it feels like I've converted a decent number of people away from like the crazy left shit. I got actually a surprising amount of responses related to the Kyle shit, where a lot of people felt like they'd been turned away from more of the left-leaning communities over the Kyle stuff. Some people say after watching some of my stuff and then listening to how people describe it online, it was like a huge awakening for them. So I mean, like, I guess that feels good, but not at this level of cost is like too much. Look, I know about your principles and intentions, but this is about harm reduction at this point. You still hold a lot of value to the left. Is there a clip or context video that could begin to explain what happened in the Rittenhouse clip? And the one that I'm actually scared to talk about it. Here's like, these are just general things I believe. I think most of you agree with them, but half of you are probably too scared to say it because you understand that it would make you hypocritical fucks. But rioting is bad. Burning down buildings is bad. And people have a right to defend their property against would-be attackers using any means necessary. I don't know. I don't think any of that is controversial, and I don't think there are any reasonable attacks to any of those positions without you having to bite the bullet on insanely stupid shit. Like Vaush saying, like, once a girl's being raped, she can fight back, or that a black guy has to submit himself to a white lynching mob or whatever. I don't think that there's anything unreasonable about either of those takes. But then again, like, I mean, like, when you're born in fucking Beverly Hills, maybe property doesn't mean anything to you at the end of the day. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Are you trying to be more careful and cognizant of who you platform, given that you express your disappointment on Vaush, you get a lot of boosts from you? I've thought about that a lot, and honestly, I just don't know what to say. It's pretty disappointing. But, like, I think about a lot of other smaller content creators that I like a lot. Like, I think Irrelevant is really cool. I like Bastia a lot. I like I'm Really Important. Vivian actually seems really cool. I give her a lot of props for tweeting today, as silly as that might seem. She's probably the only person that's come out and said anything positive, which is surprising. But it's kind of hard to tell until somebody flips. Me and Melina found this out in our personal lives as well, and dealing with other streamers. I hope one day I can just drop a big tell-all for you guys. But there's yeah, it's hard to say. If you get banned off Twitch, will you drop the tell-all? Maybe. Depends on how many bridges I want to nuke. Did you see Devin Nash's video? No, I don't want to listen. I don't need anybody else's commentary on my life. It's usually cringe as fuck for me to listen to. Not to say that his video was cringe, I don't know. I just... Can you go on Melina's tweet about people being fake? Or is that an ask me in a year? That's an ask me in a year. Or maybe never. Yeah, sorry. It sucks now. Like, I could tell you so many crazy stories before because they were people from my past and it was just like my life experiences and there are no names. But now, since me and Melina are getting more embedded into other streamers and we're having weird things happen with other streamer people, I can't leak as much because obviously it would be fucked. But yeah. What did you mean by Austin milking you? No, I didn't mean to call it him particularly, but just sometimes I'm on shows or whatever that take up like a whole day and I need to stop doing that for free. I need to like be more I need to be more cognizant of like who's benefiting from my time and like what I'm doing. I feel very jaded right now, so I need a definitive answer. Is the clip about you talking about Riders Run X the actual clip that got you pulled? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know if Twitch is ever gonna say. They keep saying in their emails to like refer to the attached content. They said it twice, but there's nothing attached. I don't even know if it's like a human that runs that account or if it's some dude in fucking India that they've outsourced it to. I have no fucking idea who even works in legal at Twitch. I don't know if that was. I hope that wasn't racist. I just mean like getting the other country help for your IT shit. I see. You don't know if you're banned or just lost partnership. My understanding right now is it's just lost partnership, but it's possible that a ban could be coming. I have no way of knowing that. I just don't know. So I imagine, like, if I'm not banned in 2 weeks, I'm probably not going to get banned, but they didn't properly inform you. Is it a contract violation on their part? It doesn't really, the contracts themselves don't really matter. They can do whatever, so it's not like that important. If they want to ban me, they can do whatever they need to do it, yeah. Any chance of appealing? I mean, they haven't responded to any of my emails in like any meaningful way, so I have no idea. You should go in expecting sort of bad faith from people like Vaush. He's super open about the fact that he lies to propel a narrative. He thinks he's morally obligated to his public figure. Sure, that wouldn't surprise me. I don't care. Stop talking about lefties. Has anyone ever been departnered after getting departnered? Maybe you should talk to whoever that is. Yeah, I talked to Mitch a little bit. The only people I'm aware of that have been departnered before are Mitch and Jenna. I think Jenna just gave up completely. Mitch has been streaming. I think Mitch got affiliate back, so he's like on the road, I guess. Like there is, I'm not trying to think about it because I'm trying to meter my expectations. There is a path forward where the YouTube streams are incredibly positive. Like I like continually pull 10,000 plus concurrents on YouTube or something. And then if that were the case, I don't know if I would ever want to re-sign with Twitch because I would want to keep open my ability to multi-stream because you can turn on YouTube subs and you don't have to be exclusive on them to do it, I think. Vaush said you encouraged people to backlog his website or some shit. Why did you do that? Oh, there might be like exploits or whatever open on the site. I don't know if that's true or not, but hey, if people want to... I think it's very funny that his entire community like basically just dedicated the past like 2 weeks of like trying to destroy my life as much as possible. And then they see like a chat message where I'm like, hey, there might be exploits in the code or whatever that you stole from me. And it's like, that's the worst thing ever you can do. That reminds me of, I saw a Twitter comment about him where somebody said something like, Vaush was actually from one of the poorer parts of Beverly Hills, okay? His family, they weren't billionaires, okay? Stop talking about lefties. I don't care about them anymore. We're moving on. That unironically, that was a real thing on Twitter you can find somewhere, but move passes. I don't think self-indulgent, but maybe you should do more Q&A content or stuff engaged with your audience. I think it's hard for people to sympathize with you or defend your takes when all of your output is tearing stuff down. Yeah, I thought about that a lot. I thought about doing this in the past, but something I really want to do when I get back, I'm going to be brainstorming a bunch of different types of content, I guess, because I have to replace my incessant need to get sucked into arguing with these Neanderthal fucks. I wish I had like a more standardized template for approaching new political issues. Destiny, politics is about power, not discussions. Sympathy is support. Oh, yeah, politics, but I don't do politics. I do online content creation. That's how I make money, not with politics. One thing that I really want to do is I want to spend more time. I really want to spend more time on the philosophy part of what we do. Like, whenever a new political issue comes out, I want to, every single time a new issue comes out, I want to revisit my primary philosophical positions and then work my way from there to my stance on the issue. I feel like that kind of content would be, because regardless of how depressed I feel sometimes about the state of online politics, a lot of you guys do carry forward messages that I give. A lot of you guys do carry forward things I say. I see it on 4chan posts sometimes. I see it in Twitter threads. I see it in Reddit threads. I see it in YouTube comments. And I see it in other people's chat rooms sometimes. So that's good. So I feel like I feel like building out my positions more would be something that would be interesting. You should focus more on current events. It's not, I don't know. It doesn't feel very fruitful for me. I think the Kyle thing has probably been, for me, one of the most eye-opening. Like, it's pretty clear what happened, and it's like is it the Naked King or the King's Cloak? Fuck, what's the story where everybody pretends to be naked, but the king doesn't say anything or whatever? Fuck, what am I thinking of? Emperor has no clothes. Oh yeah, or like the king has no clothes, but nobody says anything or whatever, and as long as everybody pretends he's there's a moral to that story, but regardless, yeah, the Kyle thing is like very eye-opening to me, and seeing the way that everybody addresses it, and seeing how disconnected people are from like real life shit. Oh God, if you guys ever have the dude talking to people in real life, it's just such a different experience. I have two friends, okay, who one just graduated law school and the other one is working her way into law school. I would consider both of these people, they would consider themselves to be far left. And two friends I have in California. They would both consider themselves to be far left, okay? And I would consider them to be far left. And even they say, like, they say things that make me feel sane. Like I was talking to one before I streamed today or whatever, and she said something like, "Wait a second, do all of these people online think that every Blue Matters or Blue Lives Matter person is a white nationalist? Like, wait, do people actually think that? Like when I hear normal human beings talk about that are like real world people talk about things, I'm like, oh, it makes me feel sane again because the online politics is just fucking crazy. Oh my god." Yes, my discussions with my normie friends is eye-opening. Yeah, holy shit. Oh my god. I remember and then the other girl that I knew, I don't talk to her as much anymore, but she graduated law school, like asking her, like, do you know what a tanky is? And she's like, no, what the fuck? And then I'm like, do you have any favorable opinions about the Soviet Union? And she'd be like, no, we had like a history class. Like they did all sorts of imperialistic, horrible shit. Like the Soviet Union was horrible. I was like, okay. And she was one of those people that when Biden announced his run for president, she was like, kill me. Oh my God, Biden is fucking running. I want Bernie. She was one of those people. She was a Bernie or Buster almost. No, not a Bernie or Buster. But she was a massive Bernie bro. And even she had like that take. And I was like, oh God. Destin, you should stop using the term lefty. It's a bullshit term that confuses any new viewer. Yeah, the language has changed so much in the past 2 years, my dude. I agree with you. Using lefty is confusing. But nowadays, in online politics, lefty means socialist or communist. Back like 4 years ago, lefty meant liberal or like left-leaning. But nowadays online, lefty means socialist or communist. Yeah, I'm sorry. The labels are very hard because a lot of the times when I say lefty, it might sound like I'm attacking progressives too. If I say lefty, I don't mean that. I'm only talking about socialists or communists. I'm not talking about progressives. Yeah, but in American contemporary politics, when you say lefty in real life, it literally means every Democrat and then past. It's very it's very confusing. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, debating my conservative friend, he confuses libs for lefties, and it's hilarious having to nuance that. Well, it's not like confusing. It's just in contemporary American politics, we use lefty, liberal to mean the same thing. Yeah, but online it's different, and then historically it can be different. Like, yeah. Do you think lefties like Vaush are worse / more harmful than right wingers like Crowder? Not worse or more harmful. They're harmful in the same kind of way. It's just basically people like cater to their audience. They foster extremist communities, and then the community just turn their brains off, and they just all collectively eat each other's cum all day because that's all they're like worth. That's all they're capable of doing. Do you think it's funny that the right wing is defending you, keep describing you as a socialist? Yeah, I mean, well, that's what they do. I think there's a good chunk of America. Like every Republican in America would probably, if I were to give them my takes on like immigration, healthcare, taxation, they would probably characterize me as a socialist. Yeah. But online, apparently, I'm like an alt-right or right-wing adjacent. I don't know. I started to get driven back to the far right after the Kyle shit. Have you told me that before? I had two different people that sent me pretty lengthy emails about that. One was really sad to read. I wonder if I saved it. But I had a really long one. I had like a 7-paragraph one where a guy was talking to me about like, hey, you drove me out of the alt-right stuff a long time ago. Like, I really appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. The stuff that you've been doing about the Kyle stuff lately, though, is like, I have to take a break from politics because after watching like everybody on the left talk about this kid, like it's pushing me back further right. And it was like really, really sad to to read that. But I mean, I totally understand it. I can't believe I said something jokingly a few months ago that actually That sounds word for word like me, but I didn't email you. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is, yeah. Um, Something that I said jokingly. Remember when I was talking about how I think that if you get banned in one area, it should only impact that area, not every single area. And then I made this comment where I was like, I think that there are a lot of people online that legitimately feel like every single Republican in America should be fired from their job. I kind of half jokingly said that. I actually think that's true now. Like, uh, like there are people that legitimately like love cops that aren't white nationalist, that aren't even racist, that aren't like white supremacists. They're not alt-righters. Like, they're just people that really like cops. Like, we've had funny cop movies like Rush Hour and Bad Boys. We've had the show Cops. We've had cop dramas, Law and Order, SVU, all that shit. Like, not everybody in the fucking world hates cops. If you look at the polling data, even the majority of black people like cops or have generally favorable views. Like, but I'm just saying, like, ugh. I'm down, Destiny. If you're still voting GOP at this point, you're a danger to society and the world, frankly. Some of them, most of them, probably just know what holy shit, they're playing with a big fasci fire now. Yeah, but you have to understand, that, you need to understand where people are coming from in order to accurately address, like, their issues or what they're talking about. Like, if you think every single Republican is a fascist white nationalist, you're completely out of touch. You have no idea why these people are the way they are. Like, do you think it'll die down after the election? It always feels like people go into a frenzy the fun a few months about every little thing. I mean, it's been like this for like a year, right? I don't know. We'll see. I remember Neil and Mary sent messages, but this might be my last one. Rip, you're an inspiration. I owe you for the first time today. Oh, one thing I thought about doing, I don't know if Twitch will let me do this or if I'll get like nabbed for this somehow. One thing that I thought about was jacking Melina's API, and you guys can sub to me, but you'll actually just be subbing to Melina, but the alert will show up on my stream. But I feel like I would get fucked for that. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll think about it. Do you think internet lefties are even weirder and more degenerate than normal because of the pandemic shit? I think that anybody that follows politics as a hobby is a little bit strange. I don't think there are very many well-adjusted people that like, hey, like, do you want to go out like snowboarding? Do you want to go skating? Do you want to blah, blah, blah? Like, I can't, bro. You don't understand. I'm 7 Twitter threads deep right now, motherfucker. Okay? I can't just leave my computer. Okay? Do you understand? The roses need me. All right? Or if I stop tweeting right now, the white race is going to go extinct. Okay? Soros is winning. Okay? You don't know how many Jewish funded organizations I'm fighting right now online. Like, I don't think anybody that does politics online as a hobby for more than 4 hours a day is like a healthy, well-adjusted mental like individual. Thoughts on talking to Brett Weinstein, who is also left-leaning and was canceled by the left? Okay, this is why I want to do streams where we keep revisiting like our core values. I'm not gonna let people that cancel me change my views. I'm not gonna be right-wing. I'm not fucking conservative. Like, I still believe in massive redistribution of wealth. I still believe in socialized healthcare. I still think Trump is a fucking lunatic. I still think we need more responsible foreign policy. That doesn't mean abdicating our allies or abandoning all of the theaters that we have open. Whatever. Like, I'm still a huge fan of like open borders. I still like multilateral trade. Like, I'm not just because people. That Brett Weinstein guy seemed like he had an issue at a university where he was understandably upset because some students were trying to make like a whites not allowed to go to school day, which is ridiculously fucking stupid. But it seems like he got so triggered by that one event that he just jumped ship and went full like centrist conservatard. That's from what I've seen of that Brett Weinstein guy. That's what it seemed like was the case. I could be wrong on that, but that's what it seemed like happened to him. Do you regret pursuing the Kyle topic so hard now? I mean, that's kind of a hard question to ask in retrospect. I mean, not really. I mean, obviously losing my partnership is fucking AIDS. I got a lot of credibility for right-leaning people, which I guess is nice. We'll see if we turn that into something in the future, and then we just move forward from here. One direction. Will you move to YouTube because of the unpartner? Yeah, I'm going to start dual streaming. I need to look at what I have to do it. I think I have to set up like a home server and then stream it to that or some shit, but yeah. I hope you don't end up associating Europe with bad streaming outcomes. It seems like every time I go to Europe, some fucked up shit happens, but... Will you put 3 chats on screen now? What I want to do is, because I actually have a competent web dev guy now, Cake doesn't do web dev work. He does more server maintenance. So that's not supposed to be a dig at Cake if some of you dumb fucks interpret it that way. But we have like a guy that does really good work on like the actual server shit now. So I can do more feature requests. So I might get an integrated chat that integrates like DGG and YouTube and just have one chat window on screen. But I also might just say fuck it and just do a more sole focus on DGG. Because I should try to be converting more people to DGG. What does losing the partnership do? I've seen subscriptions to you. Well, it's not gone yet, but once I lose it, nobody will be able to subscribe anymore, basically. And I can't run ads. So no affiliates, no ads, and no subscription. Yeah. What do you think of Vaush's response? It's like a cucked, spineless response. I'm saying that, by the way, and I haven't even watched the video. But I already know. I can tell. If you don't get ads or subs, what is the point of streaming to YouTube? Driving people to DGG? Well, if I can get like a big audience on YouTube. The thing is, I don't know what my normal audience would be on YouTube. Every time I stream on YouTube, I've got like 5-figure viewership. But that's just because it's usually for one-off like debates. There's novelty attached to it, right? It's possible that we stream on YouTube for a while, and then the viewership of that starts to die down, and maybe I settle out to like 1,000 to 5,000 concurrent viewers on YouTube, which could happen. It's possible that the viewership rises, and I get like 10 to 15,000 viewers on YouTube. Maybe there's like more people on YouTube that I can draw from because I've kind of exhausted my like Twitch people. I just have no idea. It's hard to say. Like anything could happen. It's hard to say. I don't know. What kind of content are you interested in then? I mean, I like arguing with people. That's fun. I like doing research streams. That's fun. The moderating debate thing is going to be a lot of fun. Are you still going to the Prime K's panel on Monday? Yeah, I am. The moderated debate thing is going to be good. I need to put together a podcast thing for that, and that needs to be uploaded somewhere. I'll do that. That's 100% going to happen in the future. Is that moderated debate thing? Has this changed your view on streaming for as long as you can as a career? No, not really. Like, my goal has always been to, like... I haven't actually, like, ultra-mathed it out, but I feel like my goal would be, like, if I could get to having, like, $3 to $5 million in the bank, I would feel okay. Which, depending on how hard I grind out sponsored content, would be possible over the next, like... I think within 5 to 10 years. I think by the time I'm 40, I could have, like, $3 million in the bank. Maybe more. But that would give me like I'd feel like safe at that point where it's like, oh, I got banned from everything. Well, fuck it. At least I don't have to worry about working. But yeah, I don't know. Looking back, is there anything you wish you did from the beginning to increase your revenue? For general life advice for people that are trying to be more successful for businesses, learning how to delegate tasks early on is the single most important skill as a business owner that you can ever have is delegation. The quicker you learn that, the quicker you stop trying to do everything yourself, the quicker you stop saying, oh, I'm the only one that can do this, blah, 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 the more successful you'll be. It's the number one ability of any small business owner. That's how you go from growing like this to like growing like this. So learning that early would have been helpful. The single biggest mistake I've made in my career, was not starting YouTube in 2010. I had a channel with like 70,000 subs back in like 2011. I could have had it easily over 1 million subs on YouTube if I would have just stayed with that channel, maybe over 2 million. But I just never took it seriously until like 2 years ago. Get that streamer union going? Yeah. Fuck. Do you think your old contract has anything to do with the way it went down with legal? I have no idea. Maybe. It was a good way for them to get me out of my older contract, I guess. But I have a hard time believing they'll give me a new one. Do you think being unpartnered will make other streamers look at you differently / think less of you? Yeah, I think most people on Twitch look at other streamers in terms of like what can they get out of them. God, me and Melina have so many more stories to share now of just how degenerate and fucking horrible other streamers are. Fuck. Maybe someday.
Torture your cock and balls must endure. 2 spaces forward, your cock will be stretched.